Right now, nations are spending like hundreds of billions of dollars on these massive microchip factories. I mean, they are absolutely terrified of losing the global tech
Oh
race.
yeah, everyone is completely panicking about hardware.
Right. But there's this one scientist, a former executive at tech giants like Qualcomm, who just walked away from all of it to mentor teenagers for free.
Yeah, and he claims those billion-dollar factories are basically worthless without one invisible ingredient.
Exactly. So if you're listening to this and feeling, a bit overwhelmed by the daily avalanche of AI news, welcome to this exploration into the source material.
It's a really refreshing take. In an era where everyone is agonizing over being replaced by machines, we're diving into this fascinating profile piece authored by Mein Gok about Dr. David Nghiem.
A guy with dozens of tech patents who recently returned to Vietnam.
Right, and he offers this calming, deeply human-centric roadmap for the future.
Okay, let's unpack this, because the contrast between the world's obsession with the AI and semiconductor race and his perspective is just wild.
It really is night and day.
You actually get a sense of his whole ethos just from the opening scene of this profile. It's 7 a.m. in a Hanoi hotel.
Right, and he's not in some intimidating executive suit.
No, not at all. He's sitting there in just a simple shirt, drinking coffee, and texting his students across all these different time zones.
He's even humming a tune.
Yeah. He tells the author that, quote, "Science gives reason, but music keeps the soul."
Which is such a grounded posture for someone with his background. I mean, we were talking about the former vice dean of engineering at the University of Houston.
Right. He spent years deep in the hardware trenches.
Exactly. Stints at global giants like Qualcomm, Harris Corporation, Medtronic. He worked on everything from mobile chips to biomedical devices.
But the crazy thing is, in a 2-hour interview, his resume barely comes up.
Yeah, his singular focus is on human capital. He insists that the ultimate core technology isn't chips or machines at all, it's people.
And that's exactly what we need to figure out. Like, how does someone who spent decades designing the physical architecture of our digital world decide that the hardware doesn't actually matter?
Well, it's because his time in that exact ecosystem showed him the brutal life cycle of technology. What's fascinating here is how he views that cycle.
Because it changes so unbelievably fast, right?
Exactly. He knows firsthand that today's cutting-edge leading product is literally tomorrow's relic.
Yeah, just e-waste.
Right. So if a country tries to achieve true technological autonomy just by purchasing the latest tech, they are inherently always playing catch-up.
It's like the culinary arts. Everyone's obsessing over buying the most expensive state-of-the-art ovens, while Dr. Nghiem is pointing out that the oven doesn't matter at all if you don't have a master chef.
That's the perfect way to put it.
Because, the tech will become obsolete, but the chef will just invent a brand new recipe.
And to build those master chefs, he goes straight to the source, cultivating the minds that will invent the next wave of tech.
Which is why he focuses almost exclusively on mentoring high school students.
Right, and he does it completely for free. He actually refers to them as his disciples.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, he believes that high school is the exact window where a person's mindset and ambition are truly formed.
I hear that, but this is where I have to push back a little. Because his methods seem like a massive gamble for a kid.
How so?
Well, the author notes he actually advised an average performing student not to force their way into a university.
Right, he told her to go to a vocational college instead.
Yeah, and just strive to be the absolute best in a specific trade. But wait, isn't the standard playbook for a successful tech career to get a prestigious university degree?
Usually, yeah. That's the standard advice.
So why is a former university vice dean actively telling some kids not to force the university route?
It's a fair question, but he justifies it by looking at how we actually measure success. Dr. Nghiem measures it by the ability to create value, not by holding a title or a degree.
Okay, that makes sense.
He recognizes that the traditional university pipeline often creates really great employees, sure, but it doesn't necessarily create innovators or entrepreneurs.
Which totally explains this company he founded in the US, right? TMA.
Yeah, the Talented Minds Agency.
It's technically a business, but he basically uses it as a literal classroom.
Right, to teach youth how to actually commercialize their own ideas.
Like a hands-on laboratory for entrepreneurs.
Exactly. His whole goal isn't to train people to go out and look for jobs or submit endless resumes. He wants to train them to create jobs and generate real value themselves.
And understanding that focus on unconventional, hands-on mentorship directly informs his highly pragmatic view on how a developing nation should enter the global tech race.
Yeah, when people ask him how many billion-dollar semiconductor factories Vietnam needs to build to compete, he redirects the focus entirely.
He argues they shouldn't be focused on that massive scale at all, right?
Right. He advocates for dominating foundational, highly practical niches, things like antennas.
Antennas. But, I mean, on the surface, an antenna sounds like ancient tech compared to a modern microchip.
It might sound like it, but they require way less massive investment, and they are incredibly essential in almost all modern systems.
Like what kind of systems?
Medical devices, RFID tags, wireless communication, it's an indispensable component.
Here's where it gets really interesting. So instead of trying to build an entire Formula One car from scratch to compete with established giants, he's saying, let's become the undisputed masters of making the world's best steering wheels.
That is a perfect analogy.
Right, because you still make yourself completely indispensable to the race.
Exactly. Every single team needs your steering wheel to even get on the track.
And you don't bankrupt your entire economy trying to build the engine.
Right. And that practical strategy ties his whole philosophy together. True national autonomy comes from mastering what you can actually control with human intellect.
Not just blindly chasing whatever the global hype is.
Exactly. Which brings us to his view on AI. He is remarkably clear-eyed about it.
Yeah, in the interview, he basically says that AI can process information incredibly well, but it completely lacks independent thought.
As he puts it with a smile, AI can sing beautifully, but has no soul.
Wow. That is such a poetic way to frame it.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, Dr. Nghiem is warning against a massive risk here, the ultimate stakes.
The brain drain.
Exactly. If research just stays stuck in academic labs and brilliant young minds leave for opportunities elsewhere, a nation cannot secure its digital autonomy or safety.
It requires mastering the knowledge before mastering the shiny new technology.
Precisely.
So what does this all mean? Whether you are prepping for a boardroom meeting, studying for an exam, or just trying to navigate the daily barrage of AI news, Dr. Nghem's story is a really powerful reminder.
Absolutely.
Your greatest asset isn't the software you buy or the hardware you upgrade to. It's your own critical thinking and your human soul.
It leaves us with a final thought to really mull over. Dr. Nghiem mentioned that AI can sing beautifully but has no soul, and that his own soul is nourished by his love for music.
Right.
It makes you wonder, if our ultimate defense against obsolescence in an AI-driven world is our human creativity and our soul, what deliberate non-digital habits should we be practicing right now?
Wow, yeah. That's a great question.
How do we actively cultivate that humanity rather than just constantly trying to optimize our daily productivity?